And we're gonna talk book author. Get your author update first of all. Can
Yeah.
you give us a quick update on what's new in the world, writing, appearances, and behind the scenes?
Well, with writing, as you know, I'm finishing up book 4 with Henry and Helen, and we're getting towards the end where something is about to uh, uh, go haywire again, dramatic. And it'll be a dramatic ending, but it's always happily ever after. So I've been doing that, and I've been doing a lot on TikTok, quite a bit on TikTok, and I kind of like it. It. I asked somebody. I said, "What is this?" You know, where it says poke. I don't know what that means, but nobody's told me yet. So when it says you go down the list of your followers and it has the poke thing, I just click it. I don't know what it means, but I click it. So
So interesting. And so that's what you're doing, going live on TikTok. We'll go more further into that later. Are you working on any new releases of a book? When's book 4 coming out?
I would hope, let's see, this is the end of May. I would hope by the end of next month. That's kind of what I've prognosticated before. Um, and as you know, and that's going to have to be something I put on my list for Monday. My cover, you know how slow she is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to get a hold of her and say, what's up? Um, because even if I'm done, I don't have a cover. That could be a problem. But I love the writing. I love my stories, and I just hope other people like it. I'm going to go to a book club. There's probably around 15, 20 ladies, and they read my book.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and so I'm going to go, and they want me to come so they can talk to me and ask me questions about the book. So that's going to be fun. Um, and then what else is new? Uh, there's a lot going on uh, personally as well as business wise. Although, you know, writing to me is not so much of a business. Now, I see that TikTok and Amazon, I understand that's business, but somewhere in my brain, I just don't get the writing as business, you know? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. It's like, what? No, yeah.
Yeah,
The writing business is interesting, to say the least, because you never know uh, what's happening and where we go from here, based on topics and
I'm telling you,
different things. Yeah.
other thing that's been bothering me is this other these two other characters from another book that I'm going to be writing next. They keep interfering. Um, they keep interfering, so they keep wanting to be on paper, and so they're being so intrusive. It's hard for me, and I know that sounds really crazy, like one of those
Is
clairvoyance.
this happening on TikTok?
No, it's to me in my head.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the Marquise makes his move. What inspired the plot and characters in the Marquise makes his move?
um, well, the plot kind of developed out of book 2, 1 and 2, because I'd already formulated the characters, Martin and John and Fred and Henry. So John is very stoic, um, smart, kind of a dry sense of humor, uh, very kind of introverted. Not so. I mean, he has his group of friends, but that's it. He he goes to the ball because he's a marquee and it's kind of expected, but he never dances with anyone. And he said, what's the point? If I'm not interested in him, why should I bother? But he finds out about this woman in book 2. And so they're trying to find her in book 2. They do find her. He's already read he's read all the letters that she wrote to her father before she ever even met him. So then when they rescue her, he sees her and he says, I knew she would be beautiful. And he's in love with her. He read her stories. He read her book. I mean, he read her letters to her dad. So he knows her. He knows her heart. He knows what's in her mind, and he fell in love with that person. And so she has to get to know him, and she's been very, very secluded, very protected. She's never been around men. She was in an all-girls school and she was taken there in the middle of the night at the age of 5 or 6, and was never around men. And so this has been a whole new experience for her, trying to learn about men. She loves her father, and she never even met him, but she knew right away who he was. But other than her dad, and then she leans on John, and because she trusts him, and he's handsome and he's caring, she comes to love him. But all kinds of problems happen.
How did your academic background shape the historical detail and emotional depth in the book?
It's because I have such an extensive education. So much of higher education and postgraduate is research. A lot of work you do by yourself. It's submitting this and submitting that. And so I'm very well versed in a couple of things. One of them is research, and the other one is grammar. Not so much what you say, but what you write. And you can say things that may not be grammatically correct, but because you and I are talking, we have a connection. In writing, you don't have that. You have to develop that with the reader as you go on, but the grammar has to be right. It can be a dialect if they're country or if they're Scott, those, you can put those in the book. You can put that in the text, but the grammar is important. And I know everybody makes mistakes. Pick me. I know everybody does. But when you read a book and it's just there and then there again and then there again, and you're thinking, didn't they hire anybody to proofread this thing? And I know it's happened to me because I did hire a proofreader and it was still scary. So I think those two things have really helped me in my writing. Because when you're writing historical, regardless of if it's early American, New England, out west, in France, or in England, like where I'm writing, it's important to have all your graphics right, so the person that's reading it can see where you're going. Oh yeah, that is a corner with that. Or the Great North Road. I have heard of the Great North Road. It starts from London, goes all the way to Gretna Green. Where's Gretna Green? It's right there on the border of England and Scotland, where all the people that were runaway marriages, elopements, went to go get married. So those things are important. Another thing that I do that I notice a lot of other authors don't do, and that's fine, is I so, let's see, Suffolk. Suffolk is an area, and so you can be a lord of Suffolk. You could be an earl, a marquis, or a duke of Suffolk. Um, but a lot of and so I use those. There's several, I mean, probably 40, 50, maybe more, but I use them. I don't make them up. You understand?
Right.
So that when they're going to go to their county seat, they're really going to go to Suffolk, and there's a little town inside Suffolk where they have their estate, and I make sure all that's right.
Okay.
You
All
know.
right. Yeah. So you really put the time and effort into your books, and people can go to minavalentine.com and they can pick up the book today.
Yes, please do. It's they're my books are good.
All right. Thanks again, Mina. All
Thank you.
right. You're
Have a good
listening and
week.
watching The Neil Haley Show.
Hey, one more thing.